Baymax, G-Way, get money, y'all. For death, though, we do. Spot low. The West Kelp, spinning the World Wide Web. On these bitch ass niggas.
Young Spotter come through on a low late. Don't take her on no date. In the 08, tryna see if she got paper to donate. I'm so hard to locate, that's what the hoe hate. But I'm so great in bed, baby, daddy gotta rotate. Just fucked off 10 G's, but it ain't that important. If I ain't had to go to court, I would've made that this morning. Matter of fact, get paid more than that for performing one song. My dough long, cause I rap my records. Deserve a Rico. Commit actual acts of extorting. Place the wholesale order and jack the jet for the Jordans. In New York in the projects, chilling in the back of the buildings, where I chop with the hood heads and chat with the children. I'm young and I'm rich, I'm black and I'm brilliant. On track for the trillions, to be stacked to the ceiling. Until then, I spend thousands and mash for the millions. Get cash for the killing, got it bad for the billions.
Seen it all, done it all. Been places that I never thought. But ain't one place too far from you. Ain't been one place too far from you. Way across the Atlantic, just right there when I'm landing. It ain't one place too far from you. It ain't one place too far from you.
My eyes nice and tight, I hit the kush spot twice a night. And sometimes even thrice if the price is right. I like variety, they tell me it's the spice of life. She say I'm sweet and sour every time I slice your wife. SPI, your dirt bag to the world end. Digging donkey dick deep down in somebody's girlfriend. You speaking on me and it's tweaking me a little. But if you think you're sneaking on me, homie, she gon' be a widow. I love females, they help push the campaign. No brain don't make it rain, or buy bitches champagne. More money, more problems, don't need the propaganda. What popped out in Vegas don't lead to Tropicana. What happened in Atlanta don't need to be repeated. So them pictures on your camera phone need to be deleted. Let's go.
Never thought, but ain't one place too far from you. Ain't been one place too far from you. Way across the Atlantic, just right there where I'm landing. It ain't one place too far from you. It ain't one place too far from you.
I don't know Neo, but I know Eno. Me, him, and Hero with 10 hoes in Rio. Went hard for the ESO, I squad with the CO. No 6 deuce chemo and showline ego. I can't say I put in a gang of work with Ego, but me and Cuz for sure them pass for a keto. I spent some time on the grind with the Rezo. 24 months just to end up with zero. Even with a belt on, the khaki still be low. I'm a head honcho, I used to flow with Nebo, but he chose to told on Lil Man and B, so had to let him go right after we met Sebo. From California with the most gorgeous green grow. I'm loony as O-Dog and nutty as Nino. All spots covered from Domino's to CeeLo. For Death Doe, the Lamo to a Liso.
Seen it all, done it all. Been places that I never thought. But ain't one place too far from you. Ain't been one place too far from you. Way across the Atlantic, just right there where I'm landing. It ain't one place too far from you. It ain't one place too far from you.
We trophies, compact 40s and gold rollies. Stepping with some soldiers, foreign shooters like Ginobili's. We trophies, enemies hating us from a side view. My young niggas doing walkthroughs.
We trophies, compact 40s and gold rollies. Stepping with some soldiers, foreign shooters like Ginobili, we trophies. Enemies hating us from a side view. My young niggas doing walkthroughs.
Fuck you gon' step with some broke ankles. Take a picture of me, that's a cold angle. Soldier busy, bout to blow, I'ma cold bang you. Left, right, left, I bet the 40 spank you. And I ain't tasting the Grammy, I hope they understand me. Cause when we talking about bodies, nigga, I am a Grammy. Top tiers, hotels, I got the shooters on them. Long scope with a strap, I think it's Velcro. Shit ain't easy being busy, even Adele know. Me and Smurf on this track, bout to break carts. We doing hits out of Dodge Darts. Stock him out at the Walmart. If we talking ball, I'ma knock him out the ballpark. Let me tell you how it all started. My nigga died at 17 in these streets, he dearly departed. With the top eye, I'ma get retarded. They tryna put me on the shelf cause I'm black-hearted. We trophies, compact 40s and gold rollies. Stepping with some soldiers, foreign shooters like Ginobili's. We trophies, enemies hating us from a side view. My young niggas doing walkthroughs.
We trophies, compact 40s and gold rollies. Stepping with some soldiers, foreign shooters like Ginobili. We trophies, enemies hating us from a side view. My young niggas doing walkthroughs. We trophies, gold rollies and Glock 40s, they know me. And we be stepping like soldiers, they know we trophies. He steady talking out his neck, he gotta show me. Turn down but sneak this in the homies. Come get a trophy. I'm on my lonely, it's just me and 9 double M. All for one and one for all, nigga, this double M. Tommy Shepard with this thing, I play a butter rim. Bust down workout before I ever hit the gym. All facts, no cap, busy here in all black. And I'm in that blue and gold, you know how the mafias roll. Fuck with real Compton City G's like Easy. Got love for my tenants, shout out to my nigga Beezy. You need me, I'm frontline. You know I run mine, I punch one of you punk ass rappers. That ain't no punchline. I said you need me, I'm frontline. And I punch one of you punk ass rappers. That ain't no punchline.
We trophies, compact 40s and gold rollies. Stepping with some soldiers, foreign shooters like Ginobili's. We trophies, enemies hating us from a side view. My young niggas doing walkthroughs.
We trophies, compact 40s and gold rollies. Stepping with some soldiers, foreign shooters like Ginobili. We trophies, enemies hating us from a side view. My young niggas doing walkthroughs. We trophies.
Nah, they ain't got no nut with no whack ass in it. Don't get crunk with your drawers down. When I'm naked, I lay on my side, I lay on my stomach, I lay on my back.
No Hanes, Calvin Klein, fruit of the looms. Mushroom moon, suited up in the room. Waiting to be manipulated, mounted at mall. Madam Mika said, nigga, strip down to your drawers on the set. Must not have heard her correctly. Cause cuz bit the pillow laying literally naked. Biggest mouth, bad girls clubhouse, pyro, belly down, booty up, buns out, lucky. She work with the creep and that duct tape. Freaky ass fetish film, one man fuck tape. Wiretap nigga, known to tip the laws off. Nasty on the camera with your motherfucking jaws off.
You be screaming till you pass out. Who knew you did it with your ass out? Talking till you blue in the face. I'm just trying to take Duke to the bank, 2 to the face, 2, 2, 3 is a K, and K can't make you a real nigga. I pray for any nigga that deal with ya. I shoot the Tommy off the hill, figure wow. And try to put you on the menu. I got a pack of drawers I can lend you. Big business what I'm into. I got a pack of drawers I can lend you.
Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down.
When you get caught up, I hope them statements don't get bored up. We them niggas that's wicked, no need to warn us on one. Out lurking, looking for a Vic. Nigga thinking with his dick, that's an easy lick. Kicking the doors, notorious, is well known. Talk tough, but only gangsta on a cell phone. Just know the G's gon' get it in on the mission. Before it's done, they ain't leaving a witness. Back out, running the crib like a trap house. Straps out, can't do shit cause you asked out. Could get you lined by an internet diva. Ain't it ironic how my sister named Mika?
Had you on camera, hands up, looking back. Somebody please tell me what kind of gangster is that? Thought you was a real one, but I take that back. You a sus nigga with a team full of rats. Keep losing respect, you can't get back. I know you know some real niggas, but you ain't that. You a certified weirdo, all talking this and that. How you callin' niggas out when you the same type of cat? Type of work popped up, and where the fuck you at? No smut on your name, nigga, what the fuck is that? Rock me calling hoes like, don't forget the strap. Waiting until he get his ass cheeks clapped. Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down.
niggas whack now. Weird niggas better check these whole bitches background. You represent your hood, getting caught with your ass out. You with the industry, I think that nigga really trapped now. And I'ma take the side that I'm supposed to. You on Clubhouse, you should be on Pro Tools. I wouldn't sign to you, all your artists old news. Nigga think you should night, this ain't the old school. From North Cali to the South, nigga. We hate watching niggas crash out, nigga. You too old to be doing shit for clout, nigga. We ain't with the going out like a clown, nigga. You know you wrong, nigga. How the fuck you get caught without them draws, nigga? Hella old and exposed like come on, nigga. Now that big U cosign is gone, nigga.
Whack 100, face all bumpy. Egghead nigga, mama shoulda named you Humpty. I dump thee, nigga, you are nothing. We all know the story, you the draws down, homie. DOE, I do my dirt by my loan. And don't let me catch you in Kentucky. KY Jelly probably all that you want. And I bet you the booty goon that Ray J was flaunting. I heard you a rat, that's why you like to fuck with him. Fruit booty nigga on Clubhouse, ass up with him. All that pop shit, and that nip shit, it makes sense why you in Cali watching Nip Dick. On Netflix, wanna be tycoon. Heard about that Whack 100, Jeffrey Dahmer Part 2. Draws down your new name, and nigga, oh the irony. Your face look like Warren Fishburne or the butt cheek. It's real rap, all facts over feelings. It's a hit on your name, and you know I'ma kill it. SBI say to get him. You know a nigga whack, it took 15 minutes just to hop on the track. Boy, don't get caught with your drawers down.
They telling me it's a nigga laying on the bed.
It's point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be. Yeah.
Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
Nate Bud, C-Mac, shout out my loc, Spotter Low, cuz. Nate Bud, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, crib.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mom.
The homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch.
My nigga Spider Low.
Spider Loke, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Loke.
Spider Loke.
Spider Loke.
Spider Low.
Spider Loke, that's my nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low. Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
You are now in the black box with the homie Spider Low, the most eastiest. Facts over feelings, keeping it a Google Plex. Feel my campaign.
Spider Loke, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing it.
Google gang, straight legend. Google gang, SBI. Google gang, Google gang in here. You better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, baby.
Bottom line, love life, show us a blessing. Pull up politic and blow us a session. Spot a local most easty, no mistaking the station. They making them statements, we waking and baking. Word of the day, EC on replay. The marijuana-thon with VJ Keyway, BS and BS. Killing on the track in the black box, we never put feelings over facts. Bay Machiavelli, run me the bread. I don't get mad, I get money instead. I be high, you can tell by a nigga eyes. But wise enough to enterprise, you dig a lies. Contemplating with the Google gang, conversating. Counting coins while these cowards in the comments hating. Only thing count, my count getting another comma. I'm a magnet to the money on my mother mama.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, baby.
If you can't keep it a Google, then don't mention me. Run a check through the set, I bet them niggas mention me. Red Bull and Hennessy, I keep the same energy. No matter on a solo or a couple homies with me. Tell them come get me if they want confrontation. I keep a couple shooters with me. And we right here waiting on shit to pop off. Take a nigga top off, you tempt me. All that BS, you can miss me. Slide down Century, doing about 60 in the gutter lane. Faded off yak and drop the pistol, hopping out the rain. I won't change, keep it a Google the only way. Mention me, I come out and play. That's on the gang. We're not the same. I ain't nothing like these rap niggas. Hanging with bangers, no bodyguards. We all strapped, nigga. All truth, no lies. Facts over feelings. We ain't gonna start something we can't finish. Google gang.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, bang.
Jeter. Gratitude is the attitude. This show is a blessing. To be right back in the black box and blow us a session on my mama. Celerity. Celerity is the word of the day. You heard what I say? What is it, a Tuesday? Taco Tuesday? Taco Tuesday or Wednesday? Is it a way out Wednesday or Taco Tuesday? I don't even know. Oh, my mama. Y'all know. Let me see. Word of the day right here. Celerity. Celerity is the word of the day. Celerity is a formal word that means swiftness of motion or action. When the developers' intentions became clear, the community came together with celerity to preserve the town's beloved wetlands for future generations. At some point or another, amongst us as a community, we're going to have to move with celerities to solidify some of this progress that we're making socially and politically. I'm becoming an awareness of an awakening amongst us, a raising of a level of consciousness, and I am proud to be a part of it. I want to learn more about it so I can help make more of us aware of it, so we can maximize it and be extremely effective. In the process, we got to weed out a lot, and some of the things we're definitely going to have to weed out are the Decepticons, the people that lack integrity, character, the dishonest people, those that, when we realize as humans, nobody's perfect, and then you have those amongst us that just are unwilling to admit their imperfections no matter what. I find it ironic. You know what the worst is, cuz, when you roll a roach joint and you forget which side is the burnt side. I definitely don't want to get the whole process up. But I find it ironic, boy. This boy T.I. just don't quit with these situations. Speaking on it, and on my mama, the first person in recent years
I can recall being caught up in like a situation of telling on the dead was Keefe D from Southside. And I'm gonna be consistent with what I've said on the subject from day one. I don't see nothing wrong with telling on the dead. Once I go, God forbid it's anytime soon, anybody that know me, if it can assist you, once I'm gone, don't try to jump the gun. Once I'm gone, if it can assist you in a situation of gaining freedom, green light, go ahead and tell. I don't view it in that fashion. I know I'm not the end all be all on that particular subject. A lot of people see it a different way, but me, I think it's very practical that the whole telling stuff got to do with having the intention. Thank you for the super chats, ladies. The intention of speaking with the potential of causing someone to face some type of and to the homie too, ladies and the homie Fly Chef, to incriminate somebody that can potentially face legalities behind what you said. And whether it happens or not, you have said something that can potentially aid the law in causing someone to potentially become incarcerated. And I believe that's what telling is. So I don't believe telling is talking to the laws and negotiating your freedom without putting anyone else in risk of incarceration or litigation to no degree. I don't believe that fits. So, other people could throw it around how they want to throw it around. But however, it's something about Tip, bro. He been caught up in the midst of a public snitchuation scandal for years. And he spoke on this subject a million times saying he never, ever, ever told. And it just seemed like a guilty spirit that make you out of nowhere. Just listen to this cat. Oh, my mama.
Pull us over, I have a gun. Why are we going through the court process? And so we caught no gun cases, 2 died. And, my lawyer said, well, I can make everything go away if it was Tramel's. After he had passed, I had a talk with him.
And what to say?
Say, I take all the charges you got.
See, it's one thing. Just think. This the thing. You in jail. You fighting the case regardless with you and your cousin. Your cousin died. Your lawyer suggests, hey, if we put it on your cousin, you can walk. He dead. Or you come up with the idea, irregardless of who come up with it, why you gotta insert this fake ass corny conversation that you had with the deceased? He gonna blame it on the dead nigga. Even while he alive, he don't have the courage and the manhood to say, hey, I made the decision to tell. There's still deception with him coming forth, admitting telling when nobody asked him. That is indicative of a guilty spirit. Just gotta talk. And just think somebody who just gotta tell this is somebody who you can imagine telling. But we gonna let him continue. Check him out though.
If you can walk away free and put it on me, goddamn right.
So is that what boys giving you shit about because you put it on?
No, hell no.
Okay.
Nah. Don't nobody even know about that. I just volunteered. Don't nobody even know about that. I'm just being honest. Yeah. That's the only time I done never said or gave no information about nobody. Because that's my cousin, my big cousin. He was dead.
The only time he ever gave some information. I don't understand how he can survive all these platforms, all these interviews, and have so many opportunities to discuss this particular subject, and nobody asks his articulate ass to explain, or how can he justify participating on behalf of the prosecution in a murder trial where the prosecution was successful in obtaining a guilty verdict against the suspect, to where he was sentenced to 65 to life, where you, T.I. Tip Harris, was declared the star witness. That's like Michael Jordan playing in the finals, Kobe, LeBron, Steph getting MVP, and then him saying, I wasn't on the team. What sense do that make? You the star witness in the murder trial for the prosecution. And now you saying the only time you ever offer any information, all the information you shared for 45 minutes on the stand in front of the jury aided in achieving the guilty verdict, bro. And this is him steady trying to justify that activity and explain the only bit of situation he's ever actually been involved in instead of just coming clean. Have the courage to just speak your mind. It's the only way you're going to find real redemption. You know, you rat it out outside of the information. The only time you gave information, the other information you provided that has potentially almost for sure led to arrest is you provided the information to the WeTip number line. You provided that for thousands, if not millions, to be aware of. That's information aiding law enforcement in crime fighting, bro. Information. You've given plenty information. When you sat on the stand and told the jury that heartbreaking story of how you had to call Phil, rest in peace, daughter, and his parents and his mama and explain when you described having an altercation in a venue and leaving that venue, and shortly thereafter, when you explained seeing a vehicle approaching, when you say you saw a hand shooting fire, you say you saw fire and you gave back fire. Then you also at one point said somebody in your entourage returned fire. That's information you gave to lead to a conviction, sir. On my mama, when you described how that vehicle sprayed your van up, and then your friend was laying there leaking dead, and as you tried to transfer his either deceased or dying body to another vehicle, when you describe how that car came back and sprayed y'all up again, that is information that you gave on the stand in the midst of a murder trial on behalf of the prosecution that led to a conviction. To all the interviewers from this point forward who make it your business to have this conversation with him, please take it upon yourself to have the sound mind to ask his articulate ass, how does he justify that? How is he the star witness in the finals in a murder trial? They get the ring, they get the championship, and then he's saying he wasn't on the team. He wasn't involved. He didn't offer any information on anyone ever. And that's exactly what he did. Just think. People like to say, oh man, he ain't never pointed nobody or pointed nobody out. Just think if you want to clear him from that. He not even saying that. He's going a step further to say, he didn't just say I ain't never pointed nobody out. He's saying I never offered any information. And the only thing we can confirm that he ever did was offer plenty information. Plenty information. And just think about it. Before he got on the stand and offered all that information, he had to have given that information via interview to the prosecution, because guess what? The prosecution held up their trial for 2 years, waiting, hoping, trying to influence and twist T.I.'s arm to participate. And he tried to stand firm on that G code that he speaks of. However, he caved in once he got faced with that federal situation for all them guns. And I believe he was able to utilize his status to do some negotiation cross-agency. And if you don't notice with these RICOs and all that, federal and state and city law enforcement, they do a lot of combination work on that side of the country. They do a lot. Every time you hear federal or RICO, you would think it's the major FBI. No, but they be having like the GBI and all type of shit. And those law enforcement agencies, from what I can gather, they work together cohesively in unison quite often. So it's not hard to imagine that he was able to get the federales that was having him by the throat to do some negotiation with the state in Ohio that was having jurisdiction, because they wanted him to participate extremely bad. And not until he participated did they go forward with their case, and they were successful, and he was called their star witness. So I don't understand how he could stand up and make a claim that this is the only time you ever offer any information.
Police over. I have a gun. Why are we going through the court process? And so we caught no gun cases. 2 died. And, you know, my lawyer said, well, you know, I can make everything go away if it was Tremel's. After he had passed, I had a talk with him.
And what to say?
Say, I take all the charges you got. If you can walk away free and put it on me, goddamn right.
So is that what boys giving you shit about because you put it on?
Nah, hell no.
Okay.
Nah. Don't nobody even know about that. I just volunteered. Don't nobody even know about that. I'm just being honest. Yeah. That's the only time I done never said or gave no information about nobody, because that's my cousin, my big cousin. He was dead.
We ain't gonna even mention, even though it's quite applicable, bro. We ain't gonna even mention how we seen this nigga on Punk'd. And just think, cuz, how ironic it is, cuz. They Punk'd niggas with all type of situations, bro. This nigga's a celebrity, but look what they chose to do to Tip. They told Tip they found some bullets in his luggage at the airport, and he was in trouble for the bullets. They literally like took the bullets and did shit like this to Tip, cuz. And he basically said, the nigga that packed his bags, he basically said, he offered information once again, and the information he offered implicated and insinuated that someone with him was responsible for the illegal ammunition. I'm just saying, he say that's the only time. Guilty spirit speaking, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaking. He wants to tell you that he told. He's perplexed. He don't like looking in the mirror when the subject is on his mind. He'll rather focus on other things. Poor guy. I couldn't imagine, cuz, having a reality about myself that I was so ashamed of, that I would literally be in the public knowing that there's millions of people that are aware I'm lying and just steady telling that lie. Do you know how much of a miserable existence that has to be? You rich, you famous, and you still ashamed of yourself, to where it's one thing to be ashamed and say I did it and I fucked up and got aware of that. But just to be so ashamed, you did something you're so ashamed of, you won't even admit it. Even though the whole world know you did it. And you just hoping they forget it. God damn, don't let them pull the wool over your eyes. On my mama, read between the lines.
We read between the lines. We read between the lines. We read between
On the set, could've swore I had covered my bases. Ended up in court, had to fight a couple of cases. Crackers don't care when you come in them places. It be written on their faces. Them motherfuckers is racist. Fuck trial, shit tricky, give me the deal. I ain't never seen a real killer beat a pill. Shooter got a brighter future if he got a date. Behind the gate, lot of politics to tolerate. Sitting in the car, finna split a cigar. To my niggas on the yard, send my biggest regards. You don't wanna run it back, we already ran it. Landed flat on his back, cause I'm heavy-handed. On the catching of the fame, we can follow up. But I ain't waiting all day, niggas squabble up. Gang of anger, got it all bottled up. Gang bangers, whole world follow us. Evil signs you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong, cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Evil signs you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong, cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Niggas clowns need to be in the circus. Putting these buzzers on the turf, they defeating the purpose. The first to return when the enemy serves. Immediately on ease, these weenies be nerve dedicated to a section that didn't deserve us. It turned us into murderers and then it deserted us. Number one lesson I learned in the pen: when you lose your respect, you can't earn it again. Smoke a lot,
Classified most faded, the local won't be satisfied till all his folks made it. This Cabbage Patch where he caught most of the damage at. Perhaps he know a magic plastic surgeon that can manage that. Ask me, I'm just a product of my habitat. Narcotic habits where they quick to let you have it at. Nigga, homie talking about he need half that. I'm laughing at him as if my little bastard's having that. You imagine that? Can you see the sun? Tell me who gon' lead the blind while they lead the blind? Am I wrong cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Evil times you believe, can you see the sun? Tell me who gon' lead the blind while they lead the blind? Am I wrong cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Mama, I try to stay out of this little subject for the most part, bro. Because the one thing I could say about it, and I don't know if, you know, the general challenge of it out the gate, I can't say necessarily, you know, it was something that anyone could do about it. I don't know where it started at. But I've always said when we did touch on the subject, I am just grateful. I offer Jeter's up that I am not in the position of D Wade to have to deal with the subject matter that he has been faced with his child that was born as a boy that is going through whatever it's going through. I don't want to use any wrong terminology, and now is being classified and looked at as a girl. That's a challenge that I try hard not to pass judgment. However, y'all know in general, you know, a nigga thoughts on the overall subject, especially when it comes to minors and the sexualization of minors in general. And we don't have to get into that. It's obvious if you're a regular, and if you're not a regular, it's quite insinuated at this moment, the position that we typically take here. However, bro, when you got somebody like Boosie, cuz speaking his mind on the subject and going viral with his input, and your counterpart as far as the opposite parent in you in the co-parenting process of going through this with your child is not the birth child, and you supposed to be one of the most physically dominant men known to our planet to a certain degree, melanated. When we're in a society where we are witnessing the emasculation of the black man, I don't understand how D Wade can be tapped out so much, even if you know you facing with your child something you have no control over. If you're not really just dedicated to participating in the emasculation of the black man overall, how do you have this woman out here comfortable engaging a nigga like Boosie in this type of fashion? Do you know what type of shit doors she opening it? Oh, blah, 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 but check her out, cuz this is weird.
I love Gabriel.
So far, so good, you know. Sorry, Boosie. He's so preoccupied.
Yeah, he is. Very
It's
much so.
almost like thou doth protest too much, little Booze.
I'm gonna look.
You got a lot of dick on your mind.
I mean, it's
Throw
like
that out there.
It's like Zaya and Lil Nas X live in his head.
For free, rent free.
Like what?
It's like, sir. Something you want to just go ahead and tell us. This is a safe space.
No, for real.
We can be your sanctuary.
Perhaps that safe space was not provided for him, and
I don't
that's
think
why
he had a safe
He
space.
did not have one. We could definitely tell.
Now, my mama to be such a high profile, supposedly sophisticated, accomplished public figure, for her to stoop to such an immature approach to, if you're going to address the subject matter, first of all, you did such a little kitty catty presentation. I don't know what impact you thought that would make, and where is your husband as far as guiding you in how you are supposed to participate in this type of dynamic, bro? Oh my mama, like how you going? That's what they always say. Anytime
the subject goes public and someone has a opinion that does not coincide with their agenda, they immediately try to insinuate you appreciate their lifestyle secretly more than you're willing to admit. And that's just like a goofy, cliche way of handling the situation, bro. If you wanted to address Boosie's comments that he's made publicly, and you wanted to do it with some substance and make a point that really mattered, you did not have to say the same thing a 17, 18-year-old girl would say to try to giggle with another girl and say, oh, you must like. No, some people are vocal about things they dislike, and that's what it is. Everyone that's vocal about something they don't like or don't appreciate is not secretly participating in said activity. That's not the way the world works. It's no matter how much you want to believe, everybody is on the same spectrum of this subject matter as you are, Miss Union. You are sadly mistaken. And if you have any type of intelligence and any type of real position and real justification to have the position you take, I think if you're going to use your time on a public platform to address it, that little ignorant, silly approach was extremely ineffective. It really goes to prove the point that you really have nothing of substance to substantiate your position, and perhaps that's why you should have remained silent. I believe enough has been said, because when you said that about Boosie, you said that about millions of red-blooded. It used to be a word that was red-blooded American man that was just okay to understand in society. No big deal. So there's still a lot of red-blooded Americans. I think that's how the phrase went. And there's a lot of just regular heterosexual people that are tolerant of the changes in society these days, that have a certain idea of how children should be dealt with in these sensitive subjects. And the way Boosie thinks, of course, they want to say he's preoccupied because it's a subject matter that is preoccupying media and conversation, entertainment. You're going to be mad at us because you say we preoccupied, but just think, you try to enjoy a football game, and guess what? They even sneaking the rainbow into the NFL. I remember kind of like being like, October, fuck cancer. It's a good cause, breast cancer, but they put the most roughest masculine men known to our society in a whole bunch of bright pink. All the boys was wearing it through the little leagues, and it was a thing for some years. And I just saw that was a subtle way of adding a feminine stroke to what they would consider toxic masculinity. Never spoke on it because I know almost everyone would consider it a reach. Then I noticed for a period of time that the hot pink disappeared from the NFL, and I was kind of like, okay, maybe I was reaching in my thought process. And now in the last few years, it's not during October. The NFL is not active in June, so they don't get to participate officially in the official Rape Pride Month. However, I noticed now they have a real subtle pastel rainbow that they are having on the apparel that you can't even notice right off. It's not the bright popping rainbow. It's a real subtle one that you'll see on official NFL memorabilia on the sideline, on the hats. It's kind of patched in, woven into the patterns. And it's like, it's just crazy that they want to say that he's preoccupied, but just being a black public figure, for whatever you want to call him, maybe he appreciated Michelle Obama. Maybe he was preoccupied with black excellence. And then your stepchild popped up on an interview with Michelle Obama to preoccupy a space that we would not be thinking about your child in. So they started buffering all of a sudden, y'all. That's crazy. When you get on certain subjects, you get a buffer on you, blah, 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 blah. So everywhere you turn, just think, if you appreciated or you stayed preoccupied with the Olympics for years. Guess what? Now it's controversy in the Olympics on this subject matter. So even if he does appear to be preoccupied, maybe he has appearance of preoccupation because all the streams of outlet of media that he has been preoccupied with, all of a sudden is bombarding you with these type of images. From my understanding, even the new Black Panther film has these themes running through it. How ironic is it we just got the Black Panther franchise to appreciate not that long ago. And from what I can recall, the original had none of that going through it. Now all of a sudden, as soon as they double back, it has to be included. And then you want to claim that somebody is preoccupied? Man, Gabriel, please explain, what is you talking about?
Gone. Cut all that drama out. Take that back to your mama house. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Gone. Cut all that drama out. Take that back to your mama house. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. I swear, no more calling or texting or either. Experience has always been an excellent teacher. I admit, I admire the elegant features. Equally flattered by the fact she let a felon intrigue her. It felt like love, I fell in it eager. But after telling them lies, I could never believe her. At one point, really thought we was forever. Just like everybody else that used to see us together. But whatever, let it burn. Live and you learn. Your biggest concern has always been what you can get in return. Stay stuck on stupid, overstating your status. Reality TV stars motivating the madness. Just gone. Cut all that drama out. Take that back to your mama house. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Gone. Cut all that drama out. Take that back to your mama house. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Yeah, I heard the phone ring and I could've responded just like that was your ring and you shouldn't have pondered. I'm humble, but uncomfortable with this verbal confrontation. Heard what you had to say, it deserves some consolation. To pinpoint the problem, it's a combination of your negative attitude and conversation. Playing detective, hacking my passwords, immature, always make sure you had a last word. Bringing up your ex, trying to compare us, apparently unaware but don't care. I find it embarrassing, face to face, flesh to flesh. Feel no affection or reflection, I can tell we killed the connection. So just gone, cut all that drama out. Take that back to your mama house. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Gone, cut all that drama out. Take that back to your mama house. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. That ain't cute. Always trying to hit every blunt. Barely wanna get your nails done every month. Look how insubordinate, ignorant, and hard you in. Was you venting or trying to kill me in the argument? Go on, snap the screenshots. Who you gon' show though? Me and your folk don't even talk no more. You the type to convince me I'm literally the best you ever had, and turn around and try to belittle me with that same old sarcastic smart opinion when I'm speaking from the heart like you hard of hearing. Swear it's nothing to chunk up a deuce to you and get back to bust the bitches like I used to do. So just gone, cut all that drama out. Take that back to your mama house. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Gone, cut all that drama out. Take that back to your mama house. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about. Shut your mouth, that's just what I'm talking about.
That's entitled Talking About. Available on all digital platforms. Area code 404. What's happening? You in the black box with SPI, the most eastern. VJ Keyway.
What's going on, SPI? What it do?
Oh, blessings abundance. Jeter, gratitude is the attitude. What's happening with you?
Always. It's, I'm blessed, highly favored.
Indeed. Glad to hear that report. What's on your mind frame?
First of all, that talking about that's going off. That's definitely a banger right there. I don't know how new or old it is, but Yeah, that one going on.
How many times?
Amongst many others.
How many cuss words did I say in there?
If any, maybe 2.
The last line I said, "Get back to busting bitches like I used to do." That's the only cuss, but it sounds so
Like I used to do, yeah.
And it's so aggressive. Typically, like when somebody heard it once and they tell me, "Hey, play that song," and they can't. They be like, "You know the one, shut your mouth, bitch." It sounds like I cussed her out, but I really don't do much cussing, no cussing at all. You feel me? But yeah,
It's the tone of it.
Your tone of it, yeah.
It make it seem like
appreciate you though.
Cut somebody out, but that's a dope track though for sure.
Good looking.
But I was tuned in, and I heard you speaking on Gabriel and Boosie back and forth or whatever. And you know what killed me with that whole reverse psychology thing?
That little simple shit, yeah. Break bread on that.
So I remember Boosie went on Mike Tyson's show. I don't know if you remember that interview.
Hell yeah, I remember.
And Mike Tyson did it, and I was slightly disappointed in that. But I remember he said, Boosie, is it possible that you feel that way because secretly you might be homosexual yourself, right? And I said, now that's Mike, so clearly you're going to handle Mike a little bit differently than you might handle somebody else, especially if you got some sort of respect from him.
And not just that, you on his home court in tight quarters, and that's Mike. That nigga, man, you ain't with big man. Come on now,
Listen, we ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Don't nobody really wanna.
Yeah, you gonna finesse that.
You don't really
gonna
wanna
finesse
press my
that.
buttons like that.
Yeah, you gonna finesse that. Go ahead.
So, but I'm saying to myself, if I'm Boosie, I'ma ask flat out like, if we having a conversation, we can have a conversation. But if this is intended to be some type of disrespect, because I feel like if I told you I don't eat pork, I don't feel like you would ask me, well, is that because you secretly really have an infatuation with pork?
I was looking for an analogy. That's the perfect go on, preach, man. I'm glad you said that talk. That's my point. Go ahead.
You see what I'm saying? If I tell you, oh, I don't like that club, I don't really like going over there, you're not going to question whether I'm secretly obsessed with that club or with that area. You just going to take my word for it. So it's not even a matter of somebody saying what they like or don't like. It's just not. I don't really. That's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm preaching the opposite. I'm on this team over here.
All that does is expose a lack of an actual response of substance to what he says. If that's all you could come with after, it's not like he said it. He said it to your face, and you were emotionally charged, and you responded without thinking. You thought about this. It's been weeks, days. That this is your. After all that time, this is the best you came with. Go ahead, break bread.
Exactly, and like I said, I tell some of my young bros all the time, like especially with women. I said, there's 3 things when a woman don't have nothing to say to you. There's 3 things she's gonna do. She's gonna challenge your pockets, your masculinity, or your manhood, and that's what they do when they don't have a response that's more logical than anything. Because if somebody asks me, are you Democrat or Republican, and hypothetically I say I'm a Democrat, you're not going to question whether or not I'm secretly obsessed with being a Republican, so that's why. You get what I'm saying?
That's deep. And they want to act like this is not a subject that is socially pertinent right now. He's done multiple interviews, and this does not represent a substantial percentage of the subject matter. It just stands out because it's such a popular subject. He didn't send your child to go talk to Michelle Obama. We're not the ones that are popularizing the fact that this is a subject that is being discussed a lot. And the fact that someone that doesn't agree chimes in more than once, like you say, does not denote more interest than they're expressing. There are people that will speak multiple times about things they don't appreciate, especially when it affects the social climate that we all share. It's not like something you're doing in your privacy of your home that's no one's business. You're popularizing it, you're promoting it on platforms that typically have not expressed this type of sentiment that we all have subscribed to. So therefore, you're going to get other expressions of thoughts on the subject matter that might not agree with yours. And you have to have thick enough skin to not respond. You validate everything Boosie says when you feel like you have to do that kitty catty response. Go ahead.
Absolutely, like you said. My thing is, if the subject is a hot topic, so to speak, it's going to be people on the left. It's going to be people on the right. That's just what it is. There was a time where you didn't have to worry about what somebody identified as, or you didn't have to worry about. Not to the extreme we got to worry about today. Anyway,
but look,
you didn't have to worry about
they want to make
I got
this.
A young son. Like I'm trying to figure out how do I raise my son in today's climate because I can't pull from what we was taught.
That's a lot of
back then because it's so different.
But look, that's a lot of what Boosie is doing. He is speaking the message that he speaks to his kids behind closed doors publicly, and society has put us in a position to where we have had to have a conversation with our children that we typically would have not chosen to have. We would have a love to allow them to just matriculate through life and kind of figure it out naturally. However, there was a counter energy promoting a whole nother thing to where I have 3 boys that are young. 2 of them are 14, 1 of them is 16. I've had to tell them since very young, I've been trying to expose them to I stood in judgment, not of Boosie getting down like he did with his sons, but he kind of like publicized it that he exposed them to certain experiences underage, and I thought that wasn't wise because he could have caused himself to come under scrutiny by people, like even like how he got this going. Long story short, I also participated in exposing my boys to shit that I wouldn't have done naturally because I wanted to show them titties, ass. This is what we like. I don't give a fuck. There was words that I'm not allowed to utilize. I'm not comfortable using that I had to utilize to be very clear to them, to show them there's a difference in the way we think, the way we live, and what we have to accept society is doing on a normal basis. I taught them to be respectful to everyone, never be on no bashing, but there is a different reality that is becoming imposed upon us versus the one that we subscribe to, and that's a cold position. And then Boosie is just blunt enough to express to the world, because I feel I'm in the same position, God forbid, and if God allows, you will be gone before your children. That's the natural order of things. And I would be damned. I would be damned if I leave something behind that is inconsistent with the message that I ever want to give them from myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to never leave the opportunity where they stumble up on something I said that was inconsistent with the way I developed them. Hey, 424, your area code, it's a lot of background. You got to turn down your background. 424. I'm gonna put you on mute, let you get it right. Hey, Do-Rock Creep the Crip, you in here with me and the homie from the 404, man. You ain't got to go nowhere, 404. You can continue breaking bread. I was just trying to allow some others to have some say-so as well. The homie Creep the Crib, he every day around here, so he don't be rushing, but he on here. Let me see if 424 got their background right.
Oh yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, but I still hear that music. Can you kill that music?
Oh wait a minute. I'm gonna try to go outside.
Yep.
It gets.
He got the smooth jazz. What the fuck? That's Mary J. jazzed out, huh?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh yeah, I had to come outside real quick.
Yeah, that's much better. I appreciate the adjustment. What's happening, real one?
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, Boosie's just doing it because he's trying to beat the media to his kids. You feel me? You see how what the basketball player, his son, is saying all this and how the world done abused him and touched him up. You know, he picked up bad vibes from not, you know, he tripping off of people like spreading the plague to him. So, you know, Boosie on his son, he rather him be a straight up Trojan, a straight up stallion. He rather lose him to the system by him teaching him the real, because, you know, all that is just Boosie had the party and the kids was there. You feel me? They came out the room and looked at it. But at the same time, it ain't that he was promoting it like that. It just, you know, Boosie throw wild parties at his house. You know, T.I. and them throw wild parties. Sometimes the kids come out. You feel me?
But
and people look at it like, you exposing your kids.
But and that could be considered careless in some senses. But when the alternative is to have the kids away from the party and watching cartoons that is shoving a rainbow down their throat, I feel like overcompensation is creating some type of balance.
I mean, yeah, I feel you that, but a lot of people don't like their kids around. You know, them high celebrity type kids. You can't just leave them anywhere. You can't. I mean, everything happening. People getting robbed. People getting killed. So you rather if you throw a little party, your kids in the room. You feel me? Now if they hard head, because he got nannies. You feel me?
Yeah, but see, that let you know. That's because they careless, bro. Because when you moving like that and you really care, you can afford to have your kids situated with, like you say, reputable nannies, everything cameraed up, in a whole different address, even if it's 2 houses down the street. You can have everything separated if you really chose to. That shows some carelessness and some regularity. It's not just something you get popped.
I mean, you got to do it like that. But a lot of times when you look at the show, the kids were trying to sneak to. The kids snuck back in the house. You feel me?
No, let me tell you. No, wait. When you basing it off reality show, let me tell you something, bro. Reality is marketed as reality to us, but it's developed as scripted reality behind the scenes. You don't even do that. Yeah. Don't even look. Just think about it. Just think about the status financially. It's two. That's a power couple. If you have, just think, this is a nigga who say he take his daughter to the motherfucking doctor every year to check a hymen all the way up to, come on now, if you care that much, you can afford to situate them so they not close up on your illicit, you know, activities. It's no excuse. It's either carelessness or intentional exposure, one or the other.
Yeah, I feel that. You're right. You feel me? But I know people just gotta be more diligent and stay on their tip. You feel me? Take a moment out to make sure everything right. You feel me?
Just think. My son's 16, and he moved. We was roommates for like 2 years up until like July. So that's like from 13 to 15. It was just me and him. Can you? I ain't never seen him do nothing. But we kicked it though. You know what I'm saying? We kicked it, and and I ain't gonna lie. Certain opportunities were presented to him, and he just a little more decent than I am. So he passed. But Bob, you feel me? Like he a cold young nigga. But like it's that's the world we live in these days. And if we would have been slower typically to expose our children to certain elements of life, and now we find ourselves being more proactive, I don't think we can find fault in that, actually. I just feel like you have to be careful about what you actually say. And Boosie was like pretty explicit about some of the things he turned his boys on while they were minors, and I didn't think that was kind of wise, because like when you get involved with stuff like this, with people like high power profile like he is, they know how to bring all that up and get it into a case on you. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful.
I mean, in his defense, because his voice is just louder, and that's the reason.
And when if you break it down from an objective perspective, if you don't have a dog in a fight, like if I was a judge in the case, and Gabriel was presenting a defense to what Boosie was saying, and she utilized as evidence some of that shit that Boosie said he did with his minor son, as a judge, it would be hard for me to kind of like consider what Gabriel and them is doing much different from what Boosie claimed to have done with his son, based on the fact that they're minors and we're talking about sexualizing minors. So you got to be careful about what you say.
It's the same line.
sometimes-
It's definitely line, but that's the part of why I said, like, when you raising kids in today's climate, you having conversation with kids at 6 and 7 that you might not have had to have until they was 12 or 13 when they was experiencing puberty. You
Right.
get what I'm saying?
Just like our parents, when they became of driving age, it wasn't pertinent for their parents to get them to keep your hands on the steering wheel talk. Like, you have to give your kids now, don't have, even though you can run into bad situations, it wasn't a 911, like, don't have no attitude, no talk back. It wasn't like it was. So, like you say, as times change, the societies, the norms change, you're faced with giving your children different advice. If you live in a neighborhood where it's not safe to have valuables showing while you walk to the bus stop, you got to teach your kids something different than when you living up in the hills and they can go to the bus stop looking like whatever. It's different based on what they're going to face. You're right.
Yeah, like the climate is so different, especially us growing up, we dealt more with what was going on outside, what was in your face. But because you got this phone in your hand, and so you got to remember, we talking about kids, so their mind ain't fully developed, right? So the confusion that it might cause when you see somebody's parents come to the school and it's 2 men or it's 2 women, and now you asking these questions, and then you know what I'm saying? So they soaking everything up.
It's crazy. It's crazy because the same.
I understand the balance.
The same. The same intellectual minds. The same intellectual minds that develop. I'm gonna mute you real quick because the dog loud. The same intellectual minds that can describe, that have developed and can describe the system and the effect of putting information on the media. It's not a motherfucking coincidence that it costs millions of dollars to promote a product on TV, or thousands of dollars to get it on radio, or promotion of any type of content gonna cost you money, because the effect of putting things before the people, especially on the television, has been proven, and long before we were suspicious of agendas such as this. They did it to sell cars. They do it to sell medicine. They do it to sell everything they think they want to sell. There are so many societal ideas that we all accept because we were programmed to think that way, because we saw it over and over and over again on the screen. And now all of a sudden, they, especially, just think about all our life, bro. When it came around a holiday, especially Christmas, what do the TV turn into? All you see is toys, 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 because they know when the kids see it, they gonna want it, and whether they gonna like it, they gonna play with it for 1 minute. They like it because they see it on their TV. Now all of a sudden, they want to deny the effect of putting these images on the screen in front of these children when it comes to this one subject matter. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like this been going on for years. So because somebody calling it out now, it ain't no different than anything else that you propagated and you put in people's face time and time again.
Yes, but they want us to accept the idea that all of a sudden bombarding our children with these images doesn't have the same effect that it has at Christmas time, showing them all the new toys. It don't work that way no more. They're not programming. They're not suggesting. Huh?
Can I ask you something?
Please.
I've always said, right, that people like to blame music for what goes on in the street. Right? Now, I could be wrong, but my perception has always been this. If you think about what influenced us the most, what made us behave a certain way, I feel like it was always what we saw. So it was we wanted to be like O-Dog, and we wanted to be like Doughboy and Nino Brett. Like it was what we saw. So if anything, it was the videos when we said, "Oh man, Puffy had on a red leather jacket with the da 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 da." But it wasn't the music by itself. The music by itself, when I was young, I sung songs that I didn't know what the hell they was talking about. But it was when I saw Baby and all of them with the Lambos, with the doing donuts and all that. Like, it was the vision that I saw that made me say, that's dope. I want to try that. I want to have that. You get what I'm saying?
Just think, at one point, television was silent. The combination of visual and audio only increases the effectiveness of the content. Once you've seen an image on the television screen, the movie screen that has influenced you, such as a movie, you see a movie a certain amount of times in your lifespan, even if it's your favorite movie. However, the soundtrack to that movie, we listen to music far more than we view things. And we also things that you encounter more repetitively have an effect on your subconscious that you are not even aware of. And it's kind of, it kind of starts becoming, it could have started off that one influenced the other more. However, we are at a point right now that there is no way of denying that the music that is the most popular amongst us is detrimental to the mind frame of our youth. There's no way of denying it. I don't know how it got to that motherfucking point. I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg. But right now, it is not healthy to have the majority of our culture not only feeding off the music that they are, but they're trying to produce that music. It is a degenerate.
Well, you know what it is too?
Talk to me.
We have 24-hour access to it. See, but like back when we was coming up, you had to wait for it to come on the radio or wait for BET to play it before you heard it again.
Yeah, but the thing to me is this. The thing to me is this. With social media, we exposed to niggas like La Russell, and he might be one of the most popular. And I don't know if you're familiar with him. He a rapper from up out the Bay out here. He hella dope, being very, very effective on his independent grind right here. And he's kind of anti the typical norm. He ain't no square, but he not with the regular violence, flash. He got some real lyrical content, some substance. But the nigga ain't no just square nigga. He slick. He talk slick. He hard as fuck. But
like a Nas.
Yeah, kind of look like Nas. You picked a good example, and he's like a modern Nas. But there's a lot of that could be highlighted. That's not necessarily highlighted. It seems like the alternative of what a Meg Thee Stallion or a Cardi B is on the male side is what it seems to be highlighted.
Yeah, the Uzi Verts,
and we seen, and it seems to be replicated more. It seems that we're more attracted to that as a culture, and I think it's just a phase. I think it's a phase that we cannot deny. We can't sugarcoat it, but I do believe we're going to work it. I do believe we're going to work it through our system. I think we're going to purify ourselves. I think we're going to purify ourselves from it. I don't believe it's where we're going to end up. Just because it is where we are and it is where we have been, I don't believe we're going to continuously, for unlimited amount of time into infinity, continue to remain in this condition. I think it's a fucking result of the trauma we experienced. And I think it's steady working itself out, and it's just at a point where it's still a very ugly part of the sore that is yet to heal, and there's just no way to deny it. And we're going to figure it out, because the same songs that used to cry out, the same spirits and souls that are crying out in pain and is coming out in ignorance and violence and degradation of self and in forms of self-hate, used to cry out in Negro spirituals. It's the same soul. It's the same generational. It's just somehow, just think how one life can go through ups and downs. I personally can tell you I've gone through positive, spiritual, carnal, regular, all in one short lifespan. And then many people experience a lot of different ups and downs, peaks and valleys in their journey, different commitments and understandings. But then just think about us being a person as a people, and through our whole experience, we going through some ups, downs, ins, outs, goods, bads, decents, terribles. We're experiencing the whole spectrum of what is possible, and that's just a portion of our experience we're gonna have to figure out, and we are gonna figure out. Vicious V, I think you in here with me. What's happening? You might be on a break at work, so I want to let Jeter. I know you might be at work on your break, so I wanted to let you get in.
Well, of course, gratitude is the attitude. You already know how to go, and yeah, I am at work. But I want to tap in on the whole T.I. situation. This mess just is funny.
Please do.
Mr. Tipster, the same one who said, "Now, see, I go by the G code, and the G code clearly states, you know what I'm saying, in Georgia penitentiary, you know what I'm saying, you have what's called a paperwork party. You get to the Fed, you go into the car, you turn your paperwork. Now, this on Fed case. Now, this is what T.I. saying, tries to hide the fact that he wasn't snitching, but what everyone needs to realize and understand is, just because you didn't sit on the stand and point out and say he did it, that did it, if you're giving out information that helps lead to a successful conviction in a murder case, especially a case that he started, that would be snitching.
No, he sat on the stand. Don't say if you don't sit on the stand. He sat on the stand for 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, he did.
45 minutes. He spent 45 minutes testifying on behalf. That's like Tom Brady.
Of prosecution.
That's like Tom Brady spending 60 minutes throwing passes, taking snaps on behalf of the prosecution of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a murder trial in a playoff game. We got a fucking a conviction. We got a championship. Tom Brady was MVP. T.I. was star witness. How do you separate the fucking participation? What do Tom Brady look like sitting up on the stand talking about after the motherfucking game, and they ask him, "Hey, you was the MVP of the game. What you got to say?" Shit, you see, I ain't do nothing to help my team. I was just out there. You feel me? That don't make no sense.
It doesn't make no sense, and we in the Google game, we understand there's still gonna be some Tip fans that's still on his tip. You know what I'm saying? Trying to say that he didn't do this. Like, look, we already know it is what it is. You don't have to, give a judgment or whatever. We all know that he sat on the stand after he said that, he go by the G code. This is what he said. This coming out of his mouth. Especially with them same New York niggas. If you remember, I think he was on a podcast with them New York niggas, and they questioned him about it. He came out and said, "Well, I'm gangster, but I ain't that gangster."
No,
I mean, which one is it? It don't make no sense.
Yeah.
You can't profess a lifestyle that you claim and then turn around and backdoor when things get funky. It don't work like that.
But what about being amongst? I mean, let's just give it to it. No question. From the parameters we know him, he is the most articulate amongst us. So what about being that? What about being that, and then trying to be so articulate that you utilize words such as the only time I ever gave information, because you're trying to make sure you are grammatically correct and not lying, and not realizing testifying on behalf of the prosecution in a murder trial is doing just that. It is synonymous. Testifying is synonymous with giving information. That's simple, Mr. Articulate. Come on, bro. That's why preachers get away with shit. That's
and
why
whether you said it in a proper... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Nah, all I'm saying is whether you said it properly, whether you said it in an articulate fashion, or whether you say it in a hood sense, if you give any conviction or any testimony while you're on the stand that helps lead to a conviction, whether people want to believe it or not, that's still snitching. The uncensored truth remains the fact that you're an uncensored snitch. That's basically what it is.
And there's no okay, you can maybe suggest there's a scenario where one would get up on the stand and attempt to like throw the shit for a loop and try to say things that didn't help. But please do not be fooled when you describe everything that happened at the venue, when you describe seeing a vehicle approach from behind, and you describe everything that the arm hanging out the video did hanging out the vehicle did from making one pass, spraying up your buddy, coming back. When you describe all that, then describe how heartbreaking it was to have to share this information. That's more of the same word. Share this information with his loved ones. When you describe all that to a jury, a jury, listen to me. They have a thing in court called character witness. So just know this. Just know this, bro. You don't have to know nothing about a nigga case. Nothing at all. You can have prior information of things he did way back in his lifetime. And you could be offered a deal to come and be a character witness on behalf of the state. You can't point him out in this motherfucking trial. You can't tell nothing he did. All you can do is add information that you know about his character that leads the jury to believe he can be guilty of what he's charged with, and you still a rat. Y'all holler so many parameters. The game that turned into this. They give the rat so many wiggles out by inserting this goofy ass, corny ass word paperwork. And I just want to clarify one time for this. They always want to jump up like, oh, you know the consequences of calling somebody a snitch without no paperwork. I mean, what are they? Because that's the goofiest shit. For one time, I want to state that the paperwork word become a word in these situations only because in the game, there's a situation scenario that if somebody did tell on you, if they went bad on you, there are a lot of scenarios where you might not be able to get your hands on them, but there is a way to try to like leave it on the game. The game supposed to clean up trash wherever it's at. It's not on the person that got violated by the rat. It's on the game to check it. Anywhere somebody realize you stink, whoever really official supposed to take care of it. So just imagine as the game is developing through the years, a lot of that shit start coming in between mutual relationships. And guess what? Principles are supposed to reign supreme. So if it's me, you, and two Knicks, we Google gang. Like, bam, we equally crewed up, all three of us. Now, you come tell me, damn, Knicks, two Knicks told on me. It's a time where if it ain't two Knicks and it's an op or something, is that right? And I run across the nigga, I'm going to get with him. But when it come between homies, now it's like, damn, I can't just get at a homie. You got to show me something. You got to show me some paperwork. That's when paperwork matter. But it's so many times rats tail implicate motherfuckers and incriminate motherfuckers without it ever reaching paperwork. That's just the goofiest word to me, bro. It's just like the word to catch a fade. And they talking about turning down a fade. And a nigga done mentioned your name on the internet, on camera. You feel me? And then not only, and then one thing is not that, sometimes they talking about putting some motherfucking gloves on. This shit corny. This is the internet, something else, man. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Let me get some more of these callers back here. You ain't got to go nowhere. Hey, Creep the Crip,
well, man. I got head back in, so much love, Judah.
Gratitude, much love, all times. Creep the Crip, what's happening, man?
Yeah, you already know. I mean, you know, Tip was subpoenaed there, and if he didn't drop a statement, he was going to prison. You already know.
And you know, that's another word that they use. That's your background loud as fuck, but that's another word they use on the internet. I'm gonna pause you while I'm talking. That's another word they always use on the internet when it comes to situations to try to provide some justification for participation, and it causes such an irritation to the real nigga nation. Ooh, that was hard. But the word is subpoena. They act like a subpoena possesses a power that it does not possess. Without this high-profile $1 million shit attached to it, like Tip and all this, do you know how routine it is in the game for niggas to ignore a subpoena? Cause saying you bound by the suggestion of a subpoena is like saying you was a young kid bad doing everything in the street, but you did everything your mama said. Like, if a subpoena can cause you to behave the way the law wants you to behave, then you should be behaving the way the law wants you to behave 24/7, around the clock, all day, every day. That's the least amount of threat and consequence you can be faced with saying you a part of this shit. And if you committed to it at all, you avoid participation on the behalf with the other prosecution at all costs, including dodging subpoenas. You know, often you dodge a subpoena and you never even have a motherfucking criminal situation attached to you. It's like jury duty, cuz I ain't never, ever, ever on my mama in my life responded to a jury duty letter. I don't know if the reason I didn't, I knew because I was an ex-con. Eventually, throughout the process, I was going to be eliminated. But the initial notice tells you right there, just ignoring this is going to be some type of motherfucking consequence. I ain't never, ever responded to one and never heard about it. But a subpoena, bro, a subpoena for one has no magical power, supernatural power over you that causes you to cooperate and discuss any type of details of any situation with law enforcement. And then secondly, if you do respond to a subpoena just to go see what they saying, it does not magically force your mouth to open up and respond to any questions. Each time you go to respond to a subpoena, you still maintain the right as an American to silence under the Fifth Amendment. Don't let them trick you with that subpoena word. Fuck a subpoena. Or fuck the game. It's either or. Niggas in the game don't bow down to subpoenas, especially niggas that can pay lawyers. Oh, my mama, I never got it. How can you prove I got it? Crip to crip, man. Am I far off or close to it, man? Can you hear me, Creep? God, this bitch ass. Creep, can you hear me? The homie can't hear me, man. I'm gonna let him go. Let me see if 424 still on here. What's happening with you, 424? What's your background? What's your background sounding like?
You already know with Tip, you know, they subpoenaed him and they forced him because, you know, Tip got them priors that, you know, they always snatching him up, taking him back to the pen for 4-5 years. Either he had to speak or forever hold his peace and go to prison. Because once they snatched a nigga like Tip on a subpoena, they was offering him 4 and 5 years. So if he didn't speak, if he didn't make his opinion known, he was gonna be struck out. They was like, man, Tip, you got too many priors. You out here, you seen what happened. Speak what happened, or this because subpoena can hold you. I'd have been snatched on the subpoena. I tried that, not popping up like oh, they was in the hood flipping everything up. Who that nigga? Who that?
Right.
And as soon as they caught me, boom, I was stuck. So
right.
I can feel it.
Right. That's the game. But I mean, like, just tell me this: being involved in any type of street activity, what can you imagine being least faced with?
I mean, it was guns and murder, and they was blaming Tip, saying Tip might have killed the nigga. So Tip had to come and
ain't no had. What happened? Did you come?
I tried to run. But
okay, wait. That nigga got more resources than you. So if he wanted to duck off, why he couldn't just duck off?
Because they know where Tip live at. You come on now.
Wait.
They was raiding. You know, the feds raided his house before. You already know.
That's why.
And
That's why he need to come off that G code shit. Cause they know where El Chapo and all type of motherfuckers live at. Niggas, man, stop it, man. Niggas that they know run for years. He addicted to this motherfucking lifestyle. He sold his soul for this fame. And when he was faced with keeping it funky, he sold out, he folded. And instead of him being man enough on the opposite side, like Sammy the Bull that sit up there and tell what he did, he's sitting up here lying about it, trying to trick somebody. He got the motherfucking footage erased off the internet because it would speak for itself. But he is one of the most articulate amongst us, and he wants to fool the masses. This is why you can't trust him speaking to the people. He want to use his vocabulary to trick you into thinking sitting on the stand on behalf of the prosecution in the murder trial for 45 minutes offering all the information isn't ratting when he know it's not true. He know what he did.
I mean, you know, sometimes they get nervous. You know, under pressure, you get nervous. You feel me? When you high profile, got millions, you trying to stay home with it. He noticed like to sit down and got all that money and back in there fighting niggas off you, niggas trying to rape you and kill you. You can come up dead in there. Nigga ain't finna. Man, he got too much to win and too much to lose. I mean, when you a boss, you a boss. You can't make a boss, you know, play yourself like a sucker. You can't put a boss in a sucker's position. Sometimes you got to give a nigga a pass like that because that nigga got that much money. I mean, I can respect it, but at the same time, I gotta like disrespect. You know, a nigga gonna knock his stripes for that. You feel me? But at the same time, I can accept that he had to do what he had to do. But he still got to step down, like you said. You know, I mean, bring it down. Let a nigga know that sometimes a nigga can't keep it all the way. G. Sometimes a nigga gotta get funky with the funky. You feel me?
That's what he need to say. Quit lying to the kids. You obviously got a misguided young man of a son who think this lifestyle is to some degree attractive. And you, unless you telling him something different, then you telling us, you lying to him. You telling him that's, you can be showing your ass at this thing. You at a venue, it get popping in the VIP. He at a motherfucking Waffle House, it get popping. You telling him, okay, you can show your ass in public. A nigga can follow you from that place.
Get fucked up.
And one of your boys get leaking, it's okay for you to get on the stand and describe everything. That's what he telling his son. And then he got the nerve to get on a diss song to Charleston White and do his hand up like this and say, you a 911 nigga. When you are, bro, film telling people call the We Tip number, bro. I don't understand. It just boggles me that in a motherfucking court of public opinion and character assessment, the general public don't get that that's all bad. It just lets me know how corny and not gamed up the majority of the audience are. I don't see how anybody don't get it. He all bad. He lacks integrity. The only excuse you can give him, you can give me, is that he was under pressure. Everything you keep saying in his defense is describing how much pressure he was under. So all you're saying is pressure bust pipes. Guess how much pressure Muhammad Ali was under. Guess what? How much pressure Mandela was under. You become a hero by not folding, my nigga. Kyrie is a hero right now in our hearts because he was under pressure and stood with his shit. He might not wasn't being faced with his actual freedom by being locked up, but his motherfucking livelihood has been tested in front of our faces ever since he was faced with the V word, and he refused to take it. And now on this subject and all this, and he stayed and showed some character through it all. That's what you appreciate, not somebody who claims to be a certain thing. Just think about it. Even Bobby Schmurder, he on the internet acting feng shui. He feminine in the motherfucker, but niggas still want to give him his props because at the height of his career, he was faced with keeping it funky in a criminal G situation, and everybody tends to agree he kept it funky. We all believe from all the reports we had, Boosie was facing some cold shit, and he kept it funky. This is how you get them kind of props in the game, not by folding like T.I. did, and then come out on the other side, get all the footage erased from the internet, and say I kept it G. Nah, that ain't how it worked.
I feel you.
If it was so true, Tip, if you hear this or anybody know him, tell Cuz if he's so clear of being a rat, why does he not have the confidence to upload that testimony that he got removed from the internet? The 45-minute testimony, just upload it and prove that your participation on behalf of the prosecution does not classify you as all bad. Upload that footage and prove it, boy. You introduced the term paperwork party to us in this generation. Some may have heard it, but it's popularized because you introduced it. You also know that society is moving toward wireless and a paperless society. So if we're going to have a paperwork party on this digital metaverse platform, more likely than not, it won't be actual paper. A motherfucking digital version of the paperwork would be perfect, T.I. So for that paperwork party, you the only one in possession of the paperwork, the digital version. Just upload it. Improve yourself.
Yeah.
That's all you
Yeah,
gotta do. Interviewers,
Yeah, that just lets
any
you know everything
interviewer
ain't
from this
perfect.
point over, any interviewer from this
Ain't
point
nobody above
forward,
God.
all you interviewers that discuss this with him, ask him to please provide us with the video of the testimony. Request that he just upload the testimony. Just politely ask him, why don't you just upload it, bro, so we can end this once and for all. Upload that testimony. Please, Tip.
You already know you already know he gonna play with his life like that.
But he need to look. He need to quit lying to his son and everybody else's son who think that somehow you can keep it G by starting shit, getting shot up, and then ending up on the stand sharing information associated with the situation. Y'all heard all them shh. Hey, he lying. Y'all, I want to tell y'all, everybody under the sound of my voice, being involved in this type of shit is boo-boo in the first place. However, if you are getting caught up in this type of shit, and you saying you pledging yourself to any type of G code, that like he said, it's no such thing as participating on behalf of the prosecution after you take a L and not being considered all bad, bro. You gotta go ahead and wear that. And I'm gonna tell you, that's the only way to beat the G code. The alternative is what he was
That's
trying
the
to.
only way you gonna take. You gotta take the L.
The alternative is what he
yourself.
was trying to avoid: doing time, losing resources, being away from your bitch. Just think how much of a freak we done learned his wife to be. These is the real reasons why. Yeah, can you imagine leaving that much of a freak behind with all the access to the world?
Bad baby.
Yeah, these are the reasons why he decided to fold to the G code. And I would have a lot more respect for him if he was honest about the decision he made. Because it's obvious. And it just shows you even lack the integrity to reach redemption to some degree when you can't even come out on the other side of the scandal being honest. You already got caught with your hand in the cookie jar.
Apologize to the streets and to the G's about here.
Yeah, apologize to your son. Apologize to your son. Apologize to your son because you obviously have someone right up under you who is somehow
just trying to mimic.
Yeah, he's to some degree. And you telling the whole world if he keeps up on that path, he gonna end up in prison. We heard you say that. Now you gotta know if you advising a nigga you love that's on that path, you cannot be telling him that it's cool to get down. Cause just think, he gonna be on the other side of that wall. And if he utilize them tactics, man, just think about what he might be up against, boy. You gotta tell your son the right shit.
Yeah, you gotta raise your kids better than that.
Got to. And if you are not fortunate enough to keep them away from that lifestyle, don't give them no fucked up game on how to maneuver through it. That's boo-boo.
Yeah, that's real. That's all bad. That's all drama. Too much drama.
So take it from your Uncle Spider, King Harris. Since your daddy lying to you, I see you living this little G life to some degree. You mimicking it. If it get cracking after you start one of them little incidents at the Waffle House, I heard you talk about coming back and all that. If it get cracking and you take an L, if it get cracking, I'm just saying, when you get out there talking like that, you already saying you invite nigga to activity that you gonna handle all the consequences. So if it go bad and that law come hollering at you, it is not cool to end up on the stand for the prosecution, nephew. That's not true. If your daddy ain't telling you the real, I'm gonna tell you the real. I hope he lying to the world and telling you the real behind the scenes. Cause that's fucked up if he telling you that same shit. That's fucked up. I couldn't imagine. God forbid, thank you, Creator, that my children, especially my boys, have not seemingly been attracted to that lifestyle. I just hope they stay on that path and that course. But I couldn't imagine. I got nephews that fuck around. I couldn't imagine misfeeding them that type of information. Look, bro, right now, bro, if I mark the game and I got a nephew, one of my nephews that's fucking around, and I'm letting them know, like, shit, they was finna give me a dub. I got down, my nigga. That's why they gonna know I don't go outside. They gonna know that's why I don't fuck around. They gonna know that's one of the reasons I'm advising them to check out the game, because they can be faced with this soon, and it don't make sense to take it. I'm gonna tell them what's really happening based on what I did. I'm not gonna misguide my motherfucking offspring, my motherfucking bloodline into this pit of motherfucking wolves with that bad information. Yeah. But see, this is what King probably see on my mama. He see the influence, the finance. Apparently his daddy ain't lost no sauce with none of the fucking celebrities. So he looking like, damn, fuck what my daddy say. I seen what he did. I know what we got. We got action. Shit.
Yeah.
He just think they got action, and I know damn well if he was faced with the same scenario, what is daddy gonna tell him? You think his daddy gonna be so scandalous he'll sacrifice his son and advise him? You can't say nothing. You better not say nothing, or is he gonna tell his son you better get up on that stand? What you think?
He gonna tell him to get on the stand, nigga. Fuck them niggas. Nigga, cross. Get your 10 of vittles, man. Them niggas suckers. Them niggas food for the sharks, nigga. Fuck them niggas.
Mama.
Shit, nigga, you up, nigga, and you gonna stay up, nigga. Even them hating ass niggas try to play you, play them, nigga. Step on them.
Y'all know
Shit,
that.
that's how the game goes.
Cool, I'm listening.
And if he don't tell him, man, then he a sucker. Nigga, that's your child. You better cross everything. Even if you had to jump out there and start popping shit, you feel me? Then again, you got too much money. You can have it.
I only can
you got to teach your kids handle their business.
And I swear to God, I'm not speaking on this subject from just outside, just judging. I got a granddaughter. She'll be 3 years old next month. Her father has been incarcerated for about a year, and he just had to take 10 years. He was facing a lot more. But he was faced with the opportunity of, giving up his crime. And, my daughter, not in the game at all. She's square. And her heart broke. She want her family together. She want her dude back. And I had opportunity to advise him, put him in touch with lawyers. And, bro, I still couldn't pull myself to tell this nigga to get out. Like, when he made the decision on his own to stay funky, and I couldn't do nothing but honor it. You know how bad I wanted to see my daughter have her situation back right faster than it was going? And do you know how disappointed I was in him for finding himself in that position in the first place? And how I still couldn't find it in myself to advise him to fuck around and fuck the game, not after you already volunteered for the game, because I don't look at it like it's only the game. That shows you gonna do the same thing when you make a commitment to her and y'all get deep in it and pressure come. You out of here. It don't have nothing to do with the actual negative shit that they try to attach to it. It's about the character of the individual that is already decided that they willing to face certain consequences within the parameters of whatever situation. And when they face with that, they fold, my nigga. And y'all looking at it like, oh, that snitch coaster, it need to be let go, da-da-da-da-da. But y'all got to take it out of that and realize it's the character of a nigga who said, I'm with something. I know what it's all about, no matter what. And then when he was faced with adversity, he tucked his tail. The game, it happens in politics. It happens all around the board. You got niggas that don't gangbang, that don't tell, that walk around with their woman and make their woman think, I got you, baby, I'm going to protect you. And something happened disrespectful to her in public and they tuck their tail. They don't stand for what they say they stand for. It's just like politicians tell you, if you vote for me, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. And then when they get in that position, they don't do it. When we seen Obama try to stand up against same marriage when he first got in office. He said he don't agree with it. And before election, we knew it, he had to fold to that. So when you stand on your word, it means something, cuz. On my mama.
Yeah, Yeah, popular demand ain't the only thing. And people talk about fold the snitch code. If they fold it, you still gonna get shanked. You still it's gonna still go down. So you might as well have a guideline for everybody to live by and walk by. Because with guidelines come lines of what police gonna give you respect on and what the world gonna give you respect on. And you choose the way you go. But if you choose the wrong way, you already know it's nothing but the graveyard opinion for your outcome.
I bet you I know this. I bet you I know where T.I. can't stand to do no bid. I bet you he can't do no bid in Ohio. I think not Cincinnati.
Nigga can't do a bid nowhere. Nigga, all this shit is the same terrible thing.
Not in Cincinnati.
So what's up with I mean, you know what you just said, Ohio. What's up there? What's supposed to be different about that?
This is what I'll say. You ain't really up on what I'm saying. T.I. he participated on behalf of the prosecution in a murder trial in Ohio. Hosea Thomas. That's where his homeboy Phil lost his life. That's where he sold his soul according to the G code. That's the footage that we requesting. That's the footage that we are respectfully, humbly requesting that he uploads to the internet, because at one point in time, it was available for viewing upon the internet. But because of his status and his influence, he was able to erase it, wipe it clean from the internet, and you can't find it. However, I'm sure he's in possession of it or he can access it. So if he really was interested in exposing his participation in that trial as innocent snitching, he would readily and eagerly just upload that to prove it. But he knows it would do just the opposite, so he would never do that.
Yeah, so, I mean, sometimes you got to get rid of that, because that let the opposition, the prosecution team prosecute you on stuff, bring up stuff. So sometimes you got to throw all that away. You got to clear the slate.
No, I'm talking about on the internet. When he first got on the stand against the nigga in the murder trial, he got on the stand. He sat there for 45 minutes and told you could go on the internet and watch him walk into court, walk past the defendant, raise his hand, swear to tell the truth, get on the stand, introduce himself, talk about his career, it was 45 minutes. You could watch the whole thing with it wasn't no cell phone. It was like the news camera. He got that shit erased from the internet so you and I would potentially believe that he didn't tell. Otherwise, it would still be up. You can't find it. You know how hard it is to get something erased all the way off the internet?
Real hard. You gotta have paper like Tip to do that.
Thank you.
And respect.
Thank you. And people that believe your life might be in danger if this information was public knowledge. He did convince some high-powered legal people that this footage is putting him in danger everywhere he go. People see it. Yeah, because that's the paperwork party that he really don't want to have. We going through a paperless society right now. Everything you sign up for, they offer you the paperless option. Paper is going to be obsolete very soon. So for him to keep saying the paperwork party is a throw-off, the new paperwork party is show that motherfucking footage, Tip.
I mean, but you know, it is like that. You know, he a player. He's trying to stay safe because it's like if potential. You know, them niggas are getting for that. Walking up on there, talking this and talking that. You already know niggas want to see a real nigga like this. You see how they killed PNB Rock like that. You know, celebrities get knocked down every day on some humbug. But trying to play it too hard.
But see, with Tip, I think he's less worried about the physical harm that could come to him versus the harm to his ego. His ego. Mr. Rubber Band Man, this image, the image that he created for the world to believe that he is Mr. Solid, keep it funky, that shit is over with if he admits to what he did. That's why he got it. And just think, the people that are his peers that you would consider people that was pass judgment on him, all the other niggas that rap bad about rats and say they don't fuck with rats, that wore all the stop stitching t-shirts back in the day, they all know what he did, but they still fuck with him.
I mean, they know Tip is Tip the man. He got all that paper. And niggas ain't. I mean, niggas can't forsake the real, and they can't forsake the real niggas. Sometimes real niggas just slip up. You feel me?
Nah. Hey, look, man. Look. I realize you are been advocating for this rat nigga the whole time you been on here. I keep defending this position. Look, you are on real near radio. There is no you cannot consider a nigga real nigga. First of all, he ratted. Then after he ratted, if he was even a bit of a real nigga, he would admit it. Now he lying about it. Where's the real?
You don't stuck a shit sometimes.
No, that's a consistent. He's maintained that consistently since the day he got on the stand. How is that sometime? He wakes up every day in denial of who he actually is. That's consistently, constantly, continuously.
That's some sucker shit.
He never takes no time off of being a sucker, because if he did, the only way he could is admitting that he folded. He was foul. He didn't keep it funky. He testified on behalf of the prosecution. And then if he wanted to be only a sometime sucker, he could have had a moment of retribution by admitting on the other side that, look, man, I fucked up. I'm foul. I folded. Now, okay, that's a little bit of real man shit that don't still eliminate you from being a sucker for telling, but you a double sucker because not only did you tell, now you looking at the motherfucking public in the face and talking to us like we didn't just see you tell on camera, like we stupid, like we the dummies. The fuck I look like?
Yeah, that was some sucker shit.
Yeah, that's sucker shit.
I mean, you know how it goes. Yeah, but you know how it goes. Sometimes a nigga try to be so real that a nigga step in some shit because you know them people like, nigga, you want to be so real, nigga. We gonna put we gonna put your feet in the fire, nigga, and make you dance. And if you don't crack under this motherfucking pressure is cracking, nigga, you over right now.
This is why you're supposed to be yourself, bro. Because just think about it. This is why you're supposed to be yourself. Go look at Outkast's first video that we got familiar with, Players Ball. The first couple of videos. Look how thugged out they appeared. Look how thugged out they appeared. Look how comfortable they were maturing and growing into their actual personalities.
Yeah, trying to.
Tip never did that.
Yeah, throwing gimmicks at us.
He jumped out there with the same everybody else thuggery image. And when he caught his wave, instead of him becoming himself and being honest with his image, he tried to ride that motherfucking wave and act like it was real, and it bit him in the ass.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's like that, you know. Sometimes you think before you act. You feel me? Because in the long run, it's gonna play you.
No, that's a lot of time. But sometimes you think before you act, and you think you so slick that you got everybody fooled.
I ain't nothing like you fucking rap niggas.
My, I be just having to get that in every now and then.
And Nick told him that. You feel me?
You feel me?
Like, man, it ain't the game about
and he tried to act like he got a similar spirit as Nip. That's what I don't understand. Niggas like Tip don't realize who that song was written to niggas like him. While the homie Neighborhood Nip was running that victory lap, get all up under these niggas. Getting close
That's
to
why
him.
gangsta rap came out of the West.
Listen to me. He was
getting
listen, nigga, listen, homie, listen. Don't cut me off, please. The neighborhood Nip was preparing the victory lap. He was rubbing elbows with all these niggas, including Tip. Then all of them was very fond of the connection they had with him, thought they was buddies. And he's such a cold nigga. While he making his victory lap, we wasn't up on the fact that what victory lap means. But the first street single he dropped on his way out of here, God bless the creator, the universe. Thank you for Keyway Christ Nips. Thank you. But on his way out of here, guess what he told all these niggas he had just got super cool with?
I mean, let the world know.
He was right there. I'm a little, my bad. I'm slow on the trigger because I already got about my back because I had just ran it. It ain't loaded right now, but I got you. But like, right when he got cool with him, everybody thought that's what it was. Everybody thought, look, this the next, he finna be the next big thing. And guess what? I'm cool with him. He's my friend. They didn't see that he was finna lay down. But in the whole grand scheme of things, right before he laid down, and they thought they was finna be attached to the greatness he was finna do. Look what he told them to their face. He told all rap niggas to their face, and everybody, with nobody looking within, saying, "Is he talking to me?"
rap niggas.
Oh, my mama, that's deep to me. It's deep to me that I seem to be the only nigga that see that, bro. All the commentary I see associated with him, his life, his death, his album, his things he said. People act like they see the depth in his lyrics, the why, and I don't understand why I'm the only one that seemed to see that. And at the same time, while he was laying down and he said, I ain't nothing like you rap niggas, he had a special message for me, cuz. Oh, my mama, I'm not just saying this out of nowhere. This is exactly what happened. While he told them I ain't nothing like these rap niggas, he said this to them. He said this to me. He said this to them. This is what he said to me.
I ain't nothing like you fucking rap niggas.
Said I could count on
culture, street culture, especially in his generation, intelligence was viewed as a form of weakness. How do you get the people that's really affected by, you know, what you trying to solve, involved?
Yeah. Family broken, so I stand with my niggas. Showed up to every shootout, but I ran for my niggas. Time for those, I got a plan to get millions. Whoever don't agree, I see you back in the buildings. That's why I never let y'all act like a victim. That's why I never let y'all kill my ambition. You are built for the mission. Part my colors in the back of the village. Remember Tony started washing the dishes. It was all a decision. Fast died, he took a part of me with him. Heart broken like my artery missing. Fuck all you niggas. Team broke, they can't harvest you, nigga. Swore shit, it got a word to it, nigga.
Heartbreaking news, make major breaking news. Nephews, nieces, siblings, seeds, they confused. Waking up, shaking, aching, praying that it's April Fools. Chosen child from the now, down, stakes is huge. Snakes and fakes, got an engaged, too late to choose. Provided visions, gave victory, paid your dues. Motivated, demonstrated, elevated views. Truths don't die, we multiply. I ain't make the rules. Self-medicate, meditate, and celebrate the blues. Neighborhood roller coaster, you can take the cruise. I'm good. Blue laces, suede Puma's favorite shoes. Jesus to the generations, you never say me on my babies. Most beautiful gift Pluto ever gave me. For such a precious life, who decides price? I couldn't view the slides twice, cause they crucified Christ.
So it don't feel like it feels to me, 'cause I've been through it and it did what it did to me.
right after I played the rap niggas, I say, look, right before he laid down, he told them this. And he had a different message for me, and I played that song because the title of it is Count on You. He said, SPI, I know I can count on you. And he gave me that record in the same season that he released Rap Niggas, 2 different messages for me and them. So I take that to heart in a deep way. Got to the part called Last Words. I'm gonna let you get your last words. I thought I was gonna have a special caller in here, the homie Yael from Park Village, Compton Crib. Y'all seen that little video clip that happened to flash across the screen? And
I know Yael.
Yeah, he wasn't apparently. I want to put a disclaimer out there. I didn't go digging up looking for that footage. I didn't stumble upon it from nobody that wasn't involved in the situation. The homie got at me on some Crip shit and asked me would I mind allowing him to utilize my platform to not only get some exposure to the footage, but for him to also then to be able to come on the platform and follow up and speak on the scenario and explain his position in the situation. And I thought today was gonna be the opportunity for us to get it in. Apparently it's not. So I'm gonna let you get your last words in, and then we gonna get up out of here and talk your shit.
I'm just trying to tell niggas, stop, watch yourself with this running your mouth shit and trying to perpetrate fake a fraud like you just super gangster. And when shit crack and everything fall down, you bitching up. You doing that tip shit. You feel me? None of that sucker shit, soft shit in the West, you feel me? Or just worldwide, period. Niggas got to get their head right and get your bag, stay in your bag, stay checking them chips, and stop this bullshit up out here, my nigga. Just, keep God first and stay real with yourself. Only one you can fool is another sucker. You can't fool yourself, nigga.
Man,
so
I
keep your head up,
you.
Nigga.
Man, I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you got that mute, that all the bullshit diluted about your message. You got that one real right, direct. Real shit. Appreciate you. Keep it at Google at all times. Facts over feelings.
You already know.
Yes, sir.
My nigga Spider.
That's right. Do-Rock Creep the Crip. I see you still there, man. Is your background clear yet? Can you say something? Malo. He trying to get it together, y'all. We gonna bear with him because he been real patient. Creep the Crip. In the state miles, we might have hit the yard with you. He wasn't on the yard with me, but I think he on the yard we was on right now. It's just another. Hey, Creep. I'm trying to hang on for you, cuz. Sound like you can't get it together. You know what? I'm realizing he might not even really know he's still on this thing, man. I'm up out of here, y'all. Much love for Def Dope.
We trophies, compact 40s and gold rollies. Stepping with some soldiers, foreign shooters like Ginobili's. We trophies, enemies hating us from a side view. My young niggas doing walkthroughs.
We trophies, compact 40s and gold rollers. Stepping with some soldiers, foreign shooters like Ginobili. We trophies, enemies hating us from a side view. My young niggas doing walkthroughs.
Fuck you gon' step with some broke angles. Take a picture of me, that's a cold angle. Soldier busy, bout to blow, I'm a cold bang you. Left, right, left, I bet the 40 spank you. And I ain't chasing the Grammy, I hope they understand me. Cause when we talking about bodies, nigga, I am a Grammy. Top tiers, hotels, I got the shooters on them. Long scope with a strap, I think it's Velcro. Shit ain't easy being busy, even Adele know. Me and Smurf on this track, bout to break carts. We doing hits out of Dodge Darts. Stock him out at the Walmart, But if we talking ball, I'ma knock him out the ballpark. Let me tell you how it all started. My nigga died at 17 in these streets, he dearly departed. With the top eye, I'ma get retarded. They tryna put me on the shelf cause I'm black-hearted. We trophies, compact 40s and gold rollies. Stepping with some soldiers, foreign shooters like Ginobili's. We trophies, enemies hating us from a side view. My young niggas doing walkthroughs.
We trophies, compact 40s and gold rollers. Stepping with some soldiers, foreign shooters like Ginobili. We trophies, enemies hating us from a side view. My young niggas doing walkthroughs. We trophies, gold rollers and Glock 40s, they know me. And we be stepping like soldiers, they know we trophies. He steady talking out his neck, he gotta show me. Turn down but sneak this in the homies. Come get a trophy. I'm on my lonely, it's just me and 9 double M. All for one and one for all, nigga, this double M. Tommy Shepard with this thing, I play a butter rim. Bust down workout before I ever hit the gym. All facts, no cap, Beezy here in all black. And I'm in that blue and gold, you know how the mafias roll. Fuck with real Compton City G's like Easy. Got love for my tenants, shout out to my nigga Beezy. You need me, I'm frontline. You know I run mine, I punch one of you punk ass rappers. That ain't no punchline. I said you need me, I'm frontline. And I punch one of you punk ass rappers. That ain't no punchline.
We trophies, compact 40s and gold rollies. Stepping with some soldiers, foreign shooters like Ginobili's. We trophies, enemies hating us from a side view. My young niggas doing walkthroughs.
We trophies, compact 40s and gold rollers. Stepping with some soldiers, foreign shooters like Ginobili. We trophies, enemies hating us from a side view. My young niggas doing walkthroughs. We trophies.
Nah, they ain't got no nut with no whack ass in it. Don't get crunk with your drawers down. When I'm naked, I lay on my side, I lay on my stomach, I lay on my back.
No Hanes, Calvin Klein, fruit of the looms. Mushroom moon, suited up in the room. Waiting to be manipulated, mounted in mall. Madam Mika said, nigga, strip down to your drawers on the set. Must not have heard her correctly. Cause cuz bit the pillow and literally naked. Biggest mouth, bad girls clubhouse, pyro, belly down, booty up, buns out, lucky. She work with the creep and that duct tape. Freaky ass fetish film, one man funk tape. Wiretap nigga, known to tip the laws off. Nasty on the camera with your motherfucking jaws off.
You be screaming till you pass out. Who knew you did it with your ass out? Talking to you blue in the face. I'm just trying to take blue to the bank, 2 to the face, 2, 2, 3 is a K, and K can't make you a real nigga. I pray for any nigga that deal with you. I shoot the Tommy off the hill, figure wow. It's try to put you on the menu. I got a pack of drawers I can lend you. Big business what I'm into. I got a pack of drawers I can lend you.
Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down.
When you get caught up, I hope them statements don't get bored up. We them niggas that's wicked, no need to warn us on one. Out lurking looking for a Vic. Nigga thinking with his dick, that's an easy lick. Kicking the doors, notorious is well known. Talk tough, but only gangsta on a cell phone. Just know the G's gon' get it in on the mission. Before it's done, they ain't leaving a witness. Back out, running the crib like a trap house. Straps out, can't do shit cause you assed out. Could get you lined by an internet diva. Ain't it ironic how my sister named Mika?
Had you on camera, ass up, looking back. Somebody please tell me what kind of gangster is that? Thought you was a real one, but I take that back. You a sus nigga with a team full of rats. Keep losing respect, you can't get back. I know you know some real niggas, but you ain't that. You a certified weirdo, I'm talking this and that. How you calling niggas out when you the same type of cat? Type of work popped up, and where the fuck you at? No smut on your name, nigga, what the fuck is that? But me calling hoes like, don't forget the strap. Waiting until he get his ass cheeks clapped.
Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down.
Whole new meaning when we say you niggas whack now. Weird niggas better check these whole bitches back. Why you represent your hood, getting caught with your ass out? You with the industry, I think that nigga really trapped now. And I'ma take the side that I'm supposed to. You on Clubhouse, you should be on Pro Tools. I wouldn't sign to you, all your artists old news. Nigga think you should night, this ain't the old school. From North Cali to the South, nigga. We hate watching niggas crash out, nigga. You too old to be doing shit for clout, nigga. We ain't with the going out like a clown, nigga. You know you wrong, nigga. How the fuck you get caught without them draws, nigga? Hella old and exposed, like come on, nigga. Now that big U cosign is gone, nigga.
Black 100, face all bumpy. Egghead nigga, mama shoulda named you Humpty. I dump thee, nigga, you are nothing. We all know the story, you the draws down, homie. DOE, I do my dirt by my loan. And don't let me catch you in Kentucky. KY Jelly probably all that you want. And I bet you the booty goon that Ray J was floating. I heard you a rat, that's why you like to fuck with him. Fruit booty nigga on Clubhouse, ass up with him. All that pot shit, and that nip shit. It makes sense why you and Cali watching Nip Dick. On Netflix, wanna be tycoon. Heard about that Whack 100, Jeffrey Dahmer Part 2. Draws down your new name, and nigga, oh the irony. Your face look like Warren Fishburne or the butt cheek. It's real rap, all facts over feelings. It's a hit on your name, and you know I'ma kill it. SBI say to get him. You know a nigga whack, it took 15 minutes just to hop on the track.
Boy, don't get caught with your drawers down. They telling me it's a nigga laying on the bed.
This is my Don declaration, define expectations, inspired to aspire to higher elevation. Started at Genesis, read the entire revelation, dedication, meditation, and some fire medication. Judge a prophet and a poet, both body reputation, fanatically practice. Perfection requires preparation. I go hard, like this could be the last chance. Romance the spotlight, treat it like the last dance. May I remind inclined to go overboard over mine. But tonight I'm on this open mic with an open mind. Always try, let it fly, ain't care where it fell. Never say goodbye, but we'll tell her farewell. You ain't heard, I ain't word, I ain't scared. Been through some ups and downs, now I got the last word. Finna clown, now I got the last word. How that sound? Now I got the last word. I ain't word, I ain't scared, you ain't heard. Been through some ups and downs, now I got the last word. Finna clown, now I got the last word. How that sound? Now I got the last word. And just so y'all know for sure that I'm serious, y'all can put this right before the period. She slid the digits, I hit her with a digi-card. She came to visit, hit it hard by the mini bar. I made her roar like the engine in my Hemi car. Way before she came to listen to my seminar. Every time I'm done, she always want more. Keep a contour in her back for the encore. I paint a picture like we was playing Pictionary with perfect diction. I take you through the dictionary, y'all can have an introduction and an intermission. They finna listen for it's finished, just a benediction. You ain't heard, I ain't word, I ain't scared. Been through some ups and downs, now I got the last word. Finna clown, now I got the last word. How that sound? Now I got the last word. I ain't word, I ain't scared, you ain't heard. Been through some ups and downs, now I got the last word. Finna clown, now I got the last word. How that sound? Now I got the last word. I used to tell my testimony to the whole church. Now I stepped into the cipher once I soul search. Visualize the pain I'm bearing when it's verbalized. No more rehearsal, now you're staring in my herbal eyes. Turned them on, they all turned around, returned to lies. Despise this truth that I eternally internalize. I hate her, laugh now, cry later. Why hate a player when I'm just getting my paper? Your dialogue, that's a lot of lies to digest. Until I die, I guess I'ma have to digress. Chase the pay like she the one that got away. Remy shot a day, that's all I really gotta say. You ain't heard, I ain't word, I ain't scared. Been through some ups and downs, now I got the last word. Finna clown, now I got the last word. How that sound? Now I got the last word. I ain't word, I ain't scared, you ain't heard. Been through some ups and downs, now I got the last word. Finna clown, now I got the last word. How that sound? Now I got the last word.
Snake Wood Net Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. all that.
It was point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I could tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my
continue.
competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.